Have you ever had that feeling? That tiny nagging voice in the back of your mind that whispers something's off? Maybe everything looks perfect on the surface. The constant texts, the "I can't live without you" declarations, the intense focus he has on you. Feels flattering at first, right? Like you're the center of someone's universe. But then the texts start to feel less like affection and more like a demand. The declarations feel heavy, like a burden. That intense focus begins to feel like a spotlight you can't escape. That tiny voice gets a little louder, asking, is this love? Or is this something else? If you're here watching this, you're probably listening to that voice. And I want you to know something right now. That voice, that intuition, it is your greatest protector. And today, we're going to give it the vocabulary it needs. We're going to explore the 12 definitive signs he is obsessed with you, and not truly in love with you. Welcome, everyone. In the world of relationships, few concepts are as confusing and as dangerous as the line between devotion and obsession. Both are intense. Both are all-consuming, but one builds you up while the other slowly tears you down. One is based on a foundation of mutual respect, while the other is built on a foundation of control and fear. My goal today isn't to make you paranoid. It's to empower you with knowledge. Because when you can name a behavior, you take away its power. You can see it clearly for what it is. And that is the first, most crucial step toward protecting your energy, your peace, and your heart. So before we get into the signs, we have to draw that line in the sand. Let's be crystal clear. What is the difference between love and obsession? Love is freedom. It's the secure, warm feeling of knowing someone chooses you every day and trusting that they will continue to do so. It's wanting to be with someone because they add joy to your life, not because you need them to complete you. Love says you are amazing. I am amazing. Isn't it wonderful we get to be amazing together? It encourages you to have your own friends, your own hobbies, your own life. It is supportive, secure, and respectful. It's a safe harbor, not a locked cage. Obsession, on the other hand, is possession. It's rooted in insecurity, anxiety, and a deep-seated fear of loss. It doesn't say, I choose you. It says, I need to own you. An obsessed person doesn't love you. They love the feeling you give them, or the idea of you they've created in their head. Their focus isn't on your well-being. It's on their own need to feel secure. Obsession is controlling, suffocating, and fearful. It's a storm, not a shelter. Remember this core distinction as we go through these signs. Ask yourself, does this behavior come from a place of love and respect, or from a place of fear and control? Let's dive into the first sign, and it's a big one. Extreme and constant communication. We all love that feeling of excitement in a new relationship. The good morning texts, the sharing throughout the day. That's normal. But there's a stark difference between consistent communication and compulsive communication. Here's what obsession looks like. It's not just a, hey, how's your day going? Text. It's a barrage of messages. 5, 10, 15 texts in a row if you don't reply immediately. It's following up a text with hello, and then is everything okay? And then a phone call, all within a 20-minute window because you were in a meeting or taking a shower. The subtext of every message isn't, I'm thinking of you. It's, why aren't you thinking of me? It's, you are responsible for my emotional state right now. He may get angry, sulky, or accusatory if you don't respond on his schedule, framing it as you being neglectful or different. This isn't about connection. It's about control and a deep-seated anxiety. He needs the constant feedback loop to feel okay, and he's making that your job. A loving partner trusts that you have a life and that you'll get back to him when you can. An obsessed partner sees your autonomy as a personal rejection. Sign number 2 is perhaps the most classic red flag: intense and unwarranted jealousy. A little flicker of jealousy can be normal, human even. But the jealousy of obsession is on a completely different level. It's not a flicker. It's a forest fire. This jealousy is irrational and all-encompassing. He's not just jealous of an ex or a guy who was blatantly flirting with you. He's jealous of your male coworker you mentioned in passing. He's jealous of your female best friend who you've known since childhood, accusing you of prioritizing her over him. He's jealous of your hobbies, the time you spend at the gym, painting, or reading. because that's time you're not spending on him. He might interrogate you after a night out with friends, searching for inconsistencies in your story. He might make snide comments about what you're wearing, accusing you of dressing up for someone else. This jealousy is a projection of his own insecurity and possessiveness. He views every person and every activity in your life as a potential threat to his control over you. Love is secure. Love wants you to have a full, happy life. Obsession sees your joy as a currency it doesn't control, and it must hoard it all. Which leads us perfectly into sign number 3, a truly dangerous and calculated behavior. He isolates you from your support system. An obsessed individual knows that your friends and family are your lifeline. They are the people who offer you perspective, who can see the situation clearly, and who would raise the alarm if they knew what was really going on. So consciously or subconsciously, he will work to sever those ties. This doesn't always look dramatic. You can't see them anymore. Ultimatum. It's often much more subtle and insidious. He might then criticize them. I don't like your friend Sarah. She's a bad influence on you. Or your brother is so disrespectful to me. Create drama. Every time you make plans, he has a crisis. He gets sick. He gets sad. He picks a fight right before you're supposed to leave. So you end up canceling to tend to him. Frame it as us versus them. They just don't understand our connection. We don't need anyone else. We have each other. Make you feel guilty. You'd rather spend time with them than with me after the day I've had? Over time, you see your friends less and less. The relationships become strained. You stop talking to them about your relationship because you don't want to hear their criticism, or you're embarrassed. And before you know it, he has become your entire world. This is the ultimate goal of obsession, to make you dependent so you have nowhere else to turn. It's the biggest red flag there is. Sign number 4 is a massive violation of privacy in the modern age. He monitors your digital life excessively. In a healthy relationship, partners might be friends on social media, tag each other in memes, and share funny DMs. There's a mutual respect for digital space. Obsession turns your digital life into a surveillance operation. This includes tracking your activity, noting exactly when you were last online and questioning you about it. I saw you were active on Instagram an hour ago, but you didn't reply to my text. What's up with that? 2. Scrutinizing your interactions, going through every like, comment, and follower, questioning you about who someone is, why they commented a flame emoji on your photo from 2017, why you followed a new account, demanding access, asking for your phone passwords or social media logins under the guise of trust or having nothing to hide. True trust doesn't require constant auditing, using location sharing coercively, not using it for safety when you're on a long drive, but using it to check if you're really where you said you'd be. This isn't interest. This is stalking behavior. It stems from a paralyzing fear that you have a secret life beyond his control. It's exhausting to live under this kind of microscope, and it's a profound violation of your right to privacy. You are entitled to a digital identity that is separate from your relationship. Now let's turn inward for sign number 5. This one is about how you feel in your body and spirit. After interacting with him, you feel drained, anxious, and exhausted, rather than energized and happy. Think about the people you truly love in your life. Your best friend, a beloved family member. How do you feel after you spend time with them? You probably feel uplifted, lighter, and happier. Now think about how you feel after a call or a date with him. Do you feel a sense of dread before he calls? Do you have to mentally and emotionally prepare yourself for the interaction? Do you feel a wave of relief when it's over, but also a lingering anxiety about what you might have said wrong or what might trigger him next? This emotional drain is your nervous system's response to walking on eggshells. You are constantly managing his emotions, anticipating his jealousy, and defending your own behavior. This is a crushing emotional labor. Love should feel like a source of energy, a battery recharge. Obsession feels like a power drain. Your body is telling you what your mind might be trying to rationalize. Please listen to it. Sign number 6 is a non-negotiable indicator of a toxic dynamic. He consistently ignores or punishes you for setting boundaries. A boundary is simply you defining what is and is not okay for you. It's you saying, "I need some alone time tonight," or "Please don't call me after 10 p.m. unless it's an emergency," or "I'm not comfortable with you speaking to me that way." In a healthy relationship, a boundary is met with respect. "Okay, thanks for telling me. I'll text you tomorrow." In an obsessed relationship, a boundary is seen as a threat, a rejection, or a challenge. His reaction will tell you everything. He may get angry and accusatory. "So you don't want to talk to me? Fine, I guess I'll just bother someone else." Play the victim. "I just wanted to hear your voice. I had a terrible day. I guess I shouldn't have bothered you." See, ignore it completely. He will call you at 10:30 p.m. anyway, acting like you never said anything. Love bomb you. He'll overwhelm you with affection to bypass your boundary, making you feel guilty for ever setting it. An obsessed person sees your boundaries as walls keeping them out. A loving partner sees them as the gates to truly understanding and respecting you. If you cannot set a boundary without starting a war, you are not in a safe relationship. Sign number 7 is often how the obsession cycle begins, and it's incredibly seductive. He moves way too fast. A tactic known as love bombing. Love bombing is the overwhelming of a person with intense affection, flattery, gifts, and constant attention right at the beginning of a relationship. It feels incredible. It feels like a fairy tale. He's talking about moving in together after a month. He's calling you his soulmate after 2 weeks. He's already planning your future wedding and naming your children. It's designed to make you feel special and chosen, to create an intense bond quickly, and to make you feel like you're winning at relationships. But here's the crucial truth. Love bombing is not about love. It's about possession. It's a strategy to hook you before you can see his true colors. It creates a dependency so that by the time the criticizing, the jealousy, and the control start to appear, you're already deeply invested. You're more likely to excuse the bad behavior because you're clinging to the incredible person he pretended to be at the start. Real sustainable love takes time to grow. It's a slow, steady burn. Obsession is a firework, spectacular at first, but it burns out quickly and leaves nothing but smoke. Sign number 8. He has an intense, unhealthy, and often angry focus on your past relationships and experiences. It's normal to be curious about a partner's past, but there's a difference between curiosity and interrogation. An obsessed person will need to know every detail about your exes. What did you do with them? Why did you break up? He might compare himself to them constantly, seeking reassurance that he's better. But more disturbingly, he may become angry at you for your past. He might act as if you personally betrayed him by having a life before he existed. He might hold your past sexual or romantic experiences against you, using them as evidence that you are easy or not to be trusted. This is a form of manipulation and shaming designed to make you feel guilty and lower your self-worth. It's also a projection of his own deep insecurity. He is haunted by the ghosts of your past because he is terrified of being compared and found lacking. A secure partner understands that your past made you who you are today, the person they love. They don't punish you for it. Sign number 9 is a strange and often overlooked sign. He copies your identity, adopting your hobbies, your mannerisms, and your preferences as his own. In a healthy relationship, partners might take an interest in each other's hobbies. You might introduce him to hiking, and he might introduce you to his favorite genre of music. You blend your lives. Obsession doesn't blend. It absorbs. Suddenly he has no identity outside of you. All his old friends and hobbies fall away. He only listens to the music you like. He only watches the shows you watch. He starts using your catchphrases. He might even start dressing like you. While it can feel flattering initially, it's a sign of profound emptiness. He isn't developing his own personality alongside yours. He's trying to become you to ensure you can't leave. It's as if he believes that by mirroring you perfectly, he will become indispensable. It creates a creepy, enmeshed dynamic where there is no longer a you and me, just a distorted us. Closely related to that is sign number 10. He makes you his entire world, to the exclusion of everything else. A well-rounded, healthy individual has a life. They have friends, hobbies, career ambitions, family obligations, and personal goals. An obsessed individual abandons all of that. You are his sole source of happiness, validation, and purpose. He has no friends he sees regularly. He neglects his work. His only hobby is you. He will say things like, "You're all I need, and I don't need anyone but you." This is not romantic. It is a tremendous amount of pressure to put on another human being. You are not responsible for being someone's entire source of happiness. This dependency is a cage. It means that if you are having a bad day, his entire world is bad. If you need space, his entire world collapses. This is what leads to the most toxic and dangerous behaviors, because the threat of losing you feels to him like a threat to his very existence. Sign number 11 is a roller coaster. He has extreme, Jekyll and Hyde mood swings that are directly tied to the amount of attention you are giving him. When you are giving him 100% of your focus, he is the perfect, charming, loving partner. He is sweet, affectionate, and everything you ever wanted. But the second your attention wavers, you're on your phone, you're talking to a friend, you're tired and quiet, his mood plummets. He becomes cold, withdrawn, sarcastic, or visibly angry. He might give you the silent treatment, a passive-aggressive tactic designed to punish you and make you work to win back his approval. You find yourself constantly monitoring his mood and adjusting your behavior to keep him happy. This is a form of emotional control. He is training you to prioritize his emotional state above all else. You are living on an emotional tightrope, and the constant stress of trying to keep him balanced is exhausting and utterly unsustainable. Finally, sign number 12 ties all the others together. He has a perpetual victim mentality. Nothing is ever his fault. He is always the one who is wronged. If you try to confront him about his jealous behavior, he will twist it around and say you're the one being suspicious by accusing him. If you're upset that he blew up your phone, he'll say, "I was just worried about you. I guess caring is a crime now." He refuses to take accountability for his actions. He will blame his behavior on stress, his past, his ex who hurt him, or ultimately on you. "You made me act this way. If you just gave me more attention, I wouldn't get jealous. If you just answered your phone, I wouldn't have to call 15 times. This is the ultimate manipulation. It makes you doubt your own reality, a feeling known as gaslighting. It makes you start to believe that maybe you are the problem. It traps you in a cycle where you end up apologizing for his behavior and trying harder to fix a problem you didn't create. If you're watching this and your stomach is sinking because you recognize these signs, please take a deep breath. First, know that you are not alone and you are not crazy. Your feelings are valid. Now let's talk about what to do. Trust your gut. Your intuition has been trying to warn you. Stop second-guessing it. Acknowledge that what you are experiencing is real and it is not healthy. Set a firm boundary. Choose one behavior to address. Use I statements. "I feel overwhelmed when I get multiple texts in a row. I need you to trust that I will reply when I am able." His reaction will be your answer. If he respects it, there may be hope. If he dismisses, argues, or punishes you, you have your confirmation. Reach out to your support system. This is crucial. Break the isolation. Confide in a trusted friend or family member. Say it out loud. Saying, "I think my relationship might be unhealthy," is a powerful first step. They can offer you perspective and support. Prioritize your safety. If you have any fear of confrontation or retaliation, do not feel you have to do this alone or in person. Your safety is paramount. If you feel threatened, create a safety plan. There are resources available, like the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Seek professional guidance. A therapist can be an invaluable, unbiased resource. They can help you understand the dynamics at play, rebuild your self-esteem, and give you strategies to navigate the situation safely. Know that leaving is an option. You do not have to stay and try to fix him. His behavior is not your responsibility to manage or cure. You have the right to walk away from any relationship that harms your peace. You can leave a relationship because it doesn't feel good, period. Recognizing these signs is incredibly painful. It can feel like the loss of a dream, but I need you to hear this. You deserve a love that is light, easy, and free. You deserve a love that feels like coming home, not like walking into a battlefield. You deserve a partner who is your biggest cheerleader, not your biggest critic. You deserve a love that is based on trust, not fear. This isn't about blaming him or you. It's about recognizing a dynamic that is harmful to your spirit. Your number one job in this life is to protect your peace. If this video helped you see something you needed to see, that is your intuition waking up. Honor it. Thank you for watching. If this resonated with you, please share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's support each other. And if you want more content on building healthy, happy relationships, please hit the subscribe button and that bell so you don't miss what's next. Remember, you are worthy of a healthy love. Until next time, take care of yourselves.